To help us understand what this historic action against Iran could mean for the U.S. in the long term, veteran war correspondent Mike Boettcher joins us now. He has reported for decades on conflicts in the Middle East. Mike, thank you for being here with us tonight. I'd love to just jump right in and get your assessment so far based on what we know about last night's U.S. airstrikes and what we've been reporting so far about these airstrikes on Iran's nuclear facilities.
Well, severe damage was done, and speaking to sources I, have and have continued to use over the years, uh, the damage was significant. But going back to Iraq when I covered that war, and we were going after alleged nuclear capability of that country, Saddam Hussein's nuclear program, after the war. We found out, and I talked to a nuclear scientist who had parts of the nuclear centrifuge buried in his garden. So, they've had time. The Iranians aren't stupid. They've got and have been trying to do backup plans, move stuff around. It's not completely dead, but boy, it looks to me from this distance that it's been severely diminished.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what we learn about that. You, of course, Mike, as you just mentioned, have seen military actions all over the world. You've also seen how they can backfire. What are the potential unintended consequences here?
Well, frankly, it is terrorism, and also the price you're going to pay at the gas pump. Initially, there's great concern what will happen in the Straits of Hormuz and how Iran and its proxies, the Houthis in South Yemen, how they will react. Will they mine the Straits of Hormuz and the Gulf? Will they attack tankers there? The other thing is cyber attacks against infrastructure in the United States. That's a problem. You have to look out for Iranian-inspired lone wolf attacks as well. And here in Oklahoma City, where I'm speaking to you from, we had the biggest sporting event in the world tonight, which was the NBA Finals. And the police and other authorities here really ramped up their game, closed down automobile traffic in an area that pedestrians would be in, and people celebrating after the Thunder won the NBA championship, to avoid like a lone wolf attack, someone driving into a crowd. So you're going to see security ramped up in a lot of different sectors. Cyber attack, there have been successful cyber attacks, Iranian inspired, on water treatment and water distribution systems in this country. So there's a lot to be careful about right now.
You've heard a lot of back and forth from U.S. officials. We've heard from the Iranian government in some spaces. Is diplomacy still an option at this point? I mean, is there still a chance for a political solution to this crisis at this point?
I think diplomacy is always an option. Whether this brings them back to the negotiating table, I can't say, but every war ends with talks between both sides and diplomacy, even complete surrender. Which isn't going to happen here. The Iranians aren't going to do that. But I think there is still a chance for diplomacy. I don't think anyone wants to see a broad regional war that could spark a world war. And so diplomacy is still there, and we have some very good diplomats who are out there, and we're going to have to wait and see on that one. I don't think it's going to come quickly, though.
Well, Mike Boettcher, we appreciate your insight and your perspective. Go celebrate now. We know you were cheering on the Oklahoma City Thunder, and good luck celebrating tonight. Thank you.
I used to live in Washington as well, so I always root for my Washington teams as well.
Well, we appreciate that too, Mike, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you in the days and weeks ahead. Thanks so much.